Hey, how you going? It's myself, Charles, and Joey here. We're at Maroon Dam. It's the 2nd of August. We've been on the water since about, say, 7:30 this morning. We started off throwing jerk baits and some plastics and also some metal vibration that Joey's got. So yeah, now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're finding that the fish are getting really switched on with a plastic bait. And I'm using the Raison Jabiru in the 5.3 medium light, which is it marries up very well with the 1/4 ounce jig head that I'm using and the 3-inch plastic that I'm also throwing around. And I'm just throwing it towards the weed, letting it sink, and just twitching it through, which is highly sensitive, these rods, so you can feel every little bit of weed and you can twitch it. When they grab that plastic and have that good bite, the rod just soaks up the power that they've got, as well as with the muscle that it's got, you can extract them out of the weed quite easily. So yeah, we're having a really good day, aren't we, Joe?
Yeah, mate, it's been a ball. I've opted for the blade just to mix it up a little bit. I've been using the Raison Jarbo in the bait cast. I like to throw a bit heavier lure on a bait cast. I've been using the 6 to 16 pound medium heavy, and yeah, it's been great. Same as Charles said, very sensitive rod. Super tippy, so I can get nice long casts, but when I pop it out of the weed, there's enough tip to pop it out of the weed instead of being too stiff and just to get stuck in the weed. And when you hook that good fish, you got plenty of power in the bottom section to get them out of the weed. So it's been a really good day. I think we've probably caught about 30 fish on lots of different techniques. We've caught them on blades, jerk baits, plastics. Yeah, it's been really good. So another rod we've been using today to throw the larger jerk bait on is the same model, the Raison Jarbo, and this is a 12 to 35 pound. Now, most people in Australia would think that's ridiculous and that's way too heavy for bass, but we're casting very large lures. We were throwing these 100mm jerk baits, the Jardo Breeze GP 100s. And you need a heavy rod to cast the large lures, and it's just been doing it perfect. And although it's a heavy rod, the design of these rods are very soft. Under load, they're very soft right through to the butt, so yeah, they've been really good for throwing those bigger lures.
Most definitely, yeah. We've definitely noticed that the specs are a little bit different to what we're used to here in Australia. They're a little bit heavier than what we're normally used to. So yeah, like when it says like it's a medium heavy, it's very close to our sort of Australian mediums, which.
This rod's rated an extra heavy, which most people would laugh at us if we turn up with this to a tournament. But here today, I think the biggest bass probably today come on this outfit, and I needed this power to pull him out of the weed. So very awesome rods and great technology that goes into them.
Yeah, most definitely, we're excited. Most definitely.
So yeah. And
technique.
Technique with the jerk bait was just long casts along the weed, big pauses, and I was actually talking at the time when I got the big fish, and it had took off to the side, so it was quite a long pause. And yeah, I'll actually just show you the technique here now. Just like we're just doing big long casts, just crank it down a couple, and then just big 2 or 3 big rips, and just sitting there basically and having a look at the scenery, and then 2 or 3 big rips. So what that lure's doing is it's sitting like this and it's darting from side to side, and as it sits, it sort of realigns itself, ready for you to go again. So that's been really good technique on that rod. And Charles' technique,
just with the plastic, so just once again, just nice long casts, looking for the structure of the weed, whether it's a weed towel or whether it's the weed that's just sitting flush on the bottom. So you know, you're just casting out, you're just letting it sink, and you know, so you pick up the slack, you give it a nice slow constant wind. As soon as you feel that little bit of weed, it's just like an aggressive twitch, as well as a roll of the reel. So that's just darting it out of that weed. And the bass here in Maroon will sit in that weed and look for anything that's going to move or dart around the weed, and they'll come flying out, grab it, and go straight back in. So with these rods, it has a sensitivity that you can feel every bit of weed, every bit of bite, but you've got the muscle to pull it out. So it's these rods are really nice. They're really light. They look great. They're finished very well.
Yeah.
What more can you say?
Let's get fishing,
Yeah,
eh?
that's it.
Let's
It's
get out
really
there
good.
and catch some fish. So
yeah, thank you very much for listening.
thanks
and,
for watching,
yeah.
guys. Hopefully it gives you an insight to
how
our
we-
Australian bass fishing
Yep, thank
and
you
how we
very
can adapt your Japanese products to catch our Aussie bass.
Yeah,
So.
cool. No
Thanks,
worries. Thank you
guys.
very much. See you later.
See ya.